you recall, vertebrates are animals that have a backbone. If you're interested in invertebrates, you can go and check out my other video. But in this video, keep in mind that we're focusing purely on vertebrates, animals with a backbone. So vertebrates are divided into 5 classes: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll look at each one of them. Okay, so very fast, there's the fish, we have amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Okay, let's start with the fish first. So fish, they have scales and they have fins. If you've ever caught a fish, or if you've seen your parents cleaning a fish, you would have definitely seen scales and fins. And fish, they have a lateral line. Lateral line is a line that basically clearly divides their body into 2 segments, and this lateral line acts as their ears. They detect vibration. So because fish have lateral lines, they have lateral eyes, they don't really need ears. So they don't have any ears because the lateral line acts as their ears. And fish are cold-blooded, meaning that they can't maintain their internal temperature with external temperature changes. And lastly, they have gills for breathing or gaseous exchange. Now, in terms of one of their reproductive features, fish, they lay eggs, and their eggs are jelly-like eggs. Okay. Let's move on to amphibians. Now, for amphibians, the example I want you to remember is a frog. A frog is an amphibian. It doesn't have scales, but it has moist skin. Okay? Fish, they have scales, but amphibians have moist skin. And amphibians, they have eyes, they have ears, let me redo that. Okay. They have lungs, and another unique feature to amphibians is that they can also breathe through their skin. So they use both their lungs and skin for gaseous exchange. Okay, and well, something they do share with the fish is that they are also cold-blooded, meaning that their temperature changes with external temperature change. Okay. And like fish, they also lay jelly-like eggs. So the main difference between amphibians and fish is that moist skin and lungs and skin for breathing. Okay, let's move on to reptiles. Reptiles, they have dry skin. Okay, it's not really skin, it's scales. They have dry scales, so you can imagine turtle or snake when you imagine reptiles. They have eyes, they have ears, they have lungs for breathing. And they are also, like fish and amphibian, they are cold-blooded, meaning that they cannot really maintain their internal body temperature if there are changes in external body, external temperature change. And they do lay eggs, except that their eggs have soft shells. Let me rewrite that. Okay. Reptiles, they also lay eggs, but their eggs have soft shell. The reason I've put a turtle as the reptile here is because I understand that students get confused between reptiles and amphibians when it comes to turtle, for example. They don't know if it's an amphibian or reptile, but now you know that it's a reptile because it has dry scales, it lays eggs with soft shells, it's not jelly-like. Okay, let's move on to birds. So birds, they're very easy to identify because of their feathers. But you might question their legs. Yes, their legs do have scales. Their feet and legs have scales. But again, if you look at them, they have feathers, and they also have wings. So it's very easy to identify that they're not fish, they're not amphibians, they're not reptiles. Okay. Let's move on to the other feature, which is shared with all the other classes, that is that they have eyes. Okay, birds also have ears. They have wings, so fish have fins, but birds, they have wings. Okay, and well, something unique to the birds now here, which you have not seen in the previous classes, is that they are, okay, besides the lungs, that they are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded meaning that they can maintain their internal body temperature, even though surrounding temperatures may change. And lastly, eggs. They do lay eggs, but their eggs have hard shells, unlike the reptiles. Okay. Now let's move on to mammals. So if you're watching this video, you're most likely a mammal. And if you're a mammal, you would know that mammals don't lay eggs. Okay, jokes aside, let's move on. So mammals, they don't have feathers, but they do have fur or hair. So for example, cats, they have fur. But humans, for example, have hair. So some have more hair, some have less hair. But at the end of the day, all mammals either have fur or hair. They have eyes, they have ears, they have, when you think of mammals, you can think of humans as well. So it's easier for you to remember their features. Mammals have lungs. And one unique thing to mammals is nipples. It's unique to mammals, and for female, they have active mammary glands. Now, the reason they need these mammary glands is because mammals, they don't lay eggs, they give birth, and to feed their offsprings, they need the mammary glands. Okay, so here is a rather big picture of the classification of vertebrates. If you have any questions, you can write them down in the comment section below. And otherwise, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel so that I feel motivated to create more videos. Thank you.